Good morning, everyone. In our previous class, we were discussing about the chemical effects of electric current. In this, we have discussed about the electrodes, electrolytes, and electrolytic cell. Once again, we will see these definitions. Electrodes are the terminals which are attached with the battery through which we can pass the electric current through the solution. That is known as electrodes. So electrodes are of two types. The one which is attached with the positive terminal of the battery, that is known as anode. The another one which is attached with the negative terminal of the battery, that is known as cathode. When we pass the electric current through the liquid, so that liquid, which is also known as electrolyte, that liquid dissociates into the ions, cations and anions. Cations are the positively charged ions, and these cations will move towards the cathode because cathode is negative and cations are positive. Opposite charges attract each other. So cations will move towards the cathode, and anions, which are negatively charged, these ions will move towards the anode because anode is positively charged electrode. So anions will move towards the anode, cations will move towards the cathode. Now in cathode, cations are there which are having less number of electrons, and cathode is negative because it is having excess of electrons. So cations will gain electrons at cathode and become neutral, and then they will start depositing at cathode. Now anode, it is positive because it is having less number of electrons, and anions which are having extra electrons, so they will move towards the anode and there they will donate the electrons and then again convert to the neutral one and then start depositing near the anode. That is the chemical effect of electric current. Electrolyte will split up into ions. Ions will move towards the oppositely charged electrodes and there they will start depositing over there. Okay, so this is the chemical effect. Now exactly where we can use this effect of electric current? Like in class 7th we have discussed about the heating effect of electric current, and so many applications you have done related to the heating effect. So similarly we are having so many applications where we can use the chemical effects of electric current. So let's see what are the various applications of electric current. The main application of chemical effect of electric current is electroplating. The most important one is electroplating. Some others are purification of metals, which is also known as electrorefining. Production of metals, that means extraction of metals from their ore, that is known as electrometallurgy. Okay, so electroplating of metals, purification of metals, extraction of metals, production of chemical compounds, decomposing chemical compounds. These are the various effects. The main one which we have to discuss in our class, that is electroplating. Okay, electroplating. Now what is exactly the electroplating? It is the process of depositing a layer of any metal on another material by means of electric current. Okay, we have to make a layer of one metal over another. Okay, so that is known as electroplating. Simply we are making the layer, and because we are using the electric current, because we are using the electrolysis process, that's why the name is given electroplating. Some examples: wheel rims, handles of cycle, they are made shiny by method of electroplating. Now exactly what we are doing in that process of electroplating? Two metals we have to take. One whose layer has to be made over another one, and the another metal on which we have to make the layer. Two different metals we have to take. Okay, the one whose layer has to be made over another metal and the one over which we have to make the layer. Okay, so the metal whose layer has to be made, that metal should be used as anode. I repeat, the metal whose layer has to be made over the material, over the article. That metal should be used as anode. And the article on which we have to make the layer, that article we should use as cathode. Suppose we want to do electroplating of iron with copper. Iron spoon is there and on which we want to make the layer of copper. So that iron spoon will be used as cathode and the copper whose layer we want to make over the iron, that metal, that is copper, that will be used as anode. Okay. Now, so we have taken the anode and the cathode. Now, another material which is required, that is electrolyte. So, electrolyte we have to take the salt solution of the metal which we are using as anode. Again, I am repeating, the salt solution, aqueous solution of the salt of which metal? The metal which we are using as anode. The metal whose layer we want to make over the another metal. That metal's salt solution has to be used as electrolyte. For example, again the same one, iron spoon. If we want to make the layer of copper over iron spoon. So iron spoon we will use as cathode, copper we will use as anode. Now because we have used copper as the anode, so copper sulfate solution, aqueous solution of salt of copper, and salt we are using here, that is copper sulfate. So we will use copper sulfate salt solution as electrolyte. Okay, so these are the conditions required for electroplating. Now when we uh, perform this process of electroplating, copper sulfate will dissociate into copper ion. Copper ion will move towards the cathode where it will donate the electron and discharge and then deposit over the iron spoon. To balance the concentration of copper in the solution, copper from anode will convert into the copper ion by donation of electron and convert into the copper ion which move towards the electrolyte, that means in the solution. And then from the solution these copper ions will move towards the cathode. Okay, and again there it will start depositing. So exactly what is happening? The copper metal is converting into the copper ion and these copper ions are moving towards the iron spoon and start depositing over there. This is what known as electroplating. Okay, so the most important thing you must learn, that is what you should take as electrolyte and which metal you should use as anode and which one you should use as cathode. That is the most important part of this topic, electroplating. Now, what are the different uses of electroplating? The water pipes which are made of iron are coated with a layer of zinc metal by the process of electroplating. Because zinc is less reactive and iron can undergo the rusting process and by which the pipe may be damaged. So if we coat zinc over there, so it prevents iron from rusting. Similarly, the rims of wheel of cycle, cars, etc., they are electroplated with chromium metal. The layer of chromium metal give them shiny appearance and prevent from rusting. Ornaments made of silver or other cheap material are electroplated with gold to give them appearance like gold. You ever heard about that Bentex jewelry, 1 gram jewelry? That is also made by the electroplating process. So these are the various uses of electroplating. Okay. So the another one is tin cans, that is also used for storing food items. They are also made up of iron, but iron can spoil the food. But tin is less reactive, so it will prevent the food package in them from getting spoiled. So this is about the electroplating and its uses. Thank you.